The CNN Fear and Greed Index is basically just a metric that shows what emotion is driving the market right now. And so if you're maybe trying to build a machine learning model to predict the stock market or make trades for you, this is a feature that is pretty useful. I mean, it's not like going to make or break your model, but it's an additional feature to have in your model, which is always nice. But to use this data in a model, you actually have to have the historical data, not just today's value. So if you click on the timeline button here, you can actually see that they do have the historical data for this on this site, but there's no way to download it. So if you want to obtain this historical data, all you need to do is right click on the page, go to inspect. Over here in the inspector, go to the network tab, and make sure you're on the fetch tab here. And now you will see all these fetch requests with today's date on there. And you want to find the one that has, this is the wrong one, but for example, it's making a get request to this URL here. And we want to find the one that talks about fear and greed. So I click on this one and look at that. The request URL has fear and greed in there. So I'm just going to copy that, open a new tab, paste it in there. You can see that it gives us the fear and greed index for today. Now you'll notice in that request there is today's date, but what if I change it to, I don't know, say just yesterday's date? So instead of the 10th, let's do the 9th. And we can see that in the fear and greed historical and in the data, there are actually 3 dates here. And that's because this one is at the very start of yesterday. The second one is at the very start of today. And this third one is the current fear and greed index right now. So you can actually change the date on this. So let's say that I want a whole year's worth of data. I'll just change it to 2025 instead of 2026 and hit enter. And you can see now that in the data, there are tons of index values for a whole year's worth every single day. So how can you obtain this data programmatically? First, I'm going to show you how to do it in R, and then I'm going to show you how to do it in Python. The methods are pretty similar. Code is slightly different, but there's not much to it in either case. So let's start with R first. We are going to need the HTTR package and the JSON Lite package. We're going to create an object for the URL just to store the string of the URL, and that's just going to be this URL that we popped into our browser before. So we want a whole year's worth of data. Run that line of code, saves it to our global environment over here. And now let's say we're going to create an object R for our response for our GET request. So we're just going to make a GET request to the URL, run that, and you can see the response is saved over here. We can check the status code of that request by doing R status code, and we can see that the request comes back with a status code of 200, which means it was a success. And we can actually check the content of that request by doing R content. And this comes back a jumbled up mess of just, this is raw bytes. This is how the data is stored using HTTR. So to get that in a readable format, all we need to do is raw to char, and then we just pass it the content that we just had. And now it gives us a readable format of that data, but it is in JSON format. And we can't really do too much with that right now. So we want to parse that into a data frame. So all we have to do here is, I'm going to call this object X. All we have to do is from JSON and then that raw to char stuff. So I'll just cut and paste that into from JSON. Run that, and now you can see over here our X object is stored. So now X should basically just be equal to this JSON that we received in the browser. And what we're looking for is fear and greed historical, and we want the data from that. So all we're going to do is let's do df is equal to data frame. And so we're taking X, which is just the JSON. We want the fear and greed historical, and from that we want data. And that's it. So if I do run that code over in the global environment, we see our df object appears. We can click on that to check it out, kind of like in Excel. The X variable is the timestamp in milliseconds in Unix time. The Y value is actually the historical index value for each date. And then this rating is just, is that index value greed? Is it neutral? Is it greed? Is it extreme greed? Is it fear? That's pretty much it. And that's all based on this little meter here. That's what the value indicates. So what we want to do now is get this X variable, the Unix timestamp, into an actual date, because that makes it a little bit more usable for us. So we actually need one more package in R, and it's called lubridate. And so what we can do is do dfx is equal to as date time dfx divided by 1,000. And we're doing divided by 1,000 because let's just check out one of these. So dfx, we'll check out the first one. This value is in milliseconds. This timestamp is in milliseconds, so we need it in seconds for this function to work. So we just divide it by 1,000 to put it into seconds. I run that. Now let's check out our data frame again. So we can see that now it is dates instead of that Unix timestamp. So it goes all the way back to 2025, and then that goes all the way up to today, and the exact time of today even. And that's pretty much it. Now you have the historical fear and greed index for the entire year, and it's free and easy to obtain. Okay, so now we want to do the same thing in Python, and to do that we need the requests package, and we need pandas package as well. Now, same as before, we're going to save an object for the URL just so we don't have to just kind of clean things up. So there it is. We have our URL. Run that. It appears in our global environment, so we know it's ready. So now if I call an object R for our request, and I do requests.get, and then if I just plug in this URL and I do r.statuscode, you can see that we get a 418 error, and it's basically rejecting us because it knows that we're running code. We're a bot, basically. So this is a little bit different than the R version. With the R version, we just made the request and it was fine. But for Python, we actually have to give it some headers. So all we have to do is give it the user agent header. And we could literally just go to our browser and copy the user agent from our browser and make an object called headers. And we'll just have that equal to user agent. And just copy and paste our user agent there. And now in our GET request, we'll just say that our headers are equal to that headers object that we just made. And now our response status code is 200. So it went through successfully now. So that is perfect. And as before, we saw that so we get a JSON back when we make a GET request to this URL. And what we're looking for in that JSON is the fear and greed historical, and we want all of the data from that as well. So to get all of the JSON data out of this R object in Python, all we have to do, I'm going to call it X again like we did in R. So I'll do r.json. We just apply the JSON function to it. So now our X object is all of that JSON data. So now we can create our data frame. So PD data frame, and we're making a data frame of X. And so our X is the JSON object, and we already know that we want the fear and greed historical. And within that, we want the data. So if I run that, it makes our DF over here in the global environment. We can click on that to check it out like in Excel. And so again, this is similar to R. We have our X object here, which is just the Unix timestamp. The Y variable, which is just the fear and greed index for that timestamp. And then the rating is just greed, neutral, extreme greed, based on the Y value, basically. So we want our X value, instead of a Unix timestamp, we want that in an actual date. All we need to do to fix that is we do dfx is equal to PD as to-date time. And then all we need to do is pass it dfx again. And I believe we have to give it units. Unit is milliseconds. So if I run that code, and now we check out our data frame again, we can see that instead of Unix timestamp in milliseconds, we have actual date times here. So it ranges all the way back to 2025 and comes all the way up to today and even the exact moment of today. So just like that, under 20 lines of code in Python and R, you can obtain the historical fear and greed really easily and free. So if you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I'll try to post more useful content like this soon enough.